Hello students, last class we have seen why companies are migrating to cloud and what are the phases involved in cloud migration. In this session we are going to see what are the approaches for cloud migration, what different approaches are applied by the companies to move to the cloud. So, we will see one by one. There are four steps, there are four approaches. One is, so the following are the four broad approaches for cloud migration that have been adapted effectively by the vendors. Vendors are nothing but the companies which are going to it. First is migrate existing applications. So, already some applications which are working in the organization, they want to move those applications, or this is one of the thing which we are going to see. One approach is migrating the whole application at a time from the client place to the cloud. So, what we can do is either rebuild or re-architect some or all the applications, taking advantage of some virtualization technologies around to accelerate the work. Means what? Virtualization is nothing but you are getting the resources on cloud. So, sometimes some applications work better on the cloud because the services provided by the cloud are far more better than the services which are available on the site or premises. So, that is the reason either you can rebuild or re-architect some of the applications and then we can move it onto the client. So, for this what happens, we need engineers who can work properly and develop the new functionality. So, this can be achieved over the course of several releases with the timing determined by the customer demand. So, means what, based on the customer's demand we can move the application to the cloud, but it may require some time because trials will be done, experiments will be done, whether the application is working on the cloud properly or not, those all will be done. So, that if that is done properly, then we can migrate existing applications to the cloud. Second is we can start from the scratch. One more approach is rather than moving the existing application, we can rebuild the whole application from the scratch which is suitable for the cloud. So, that is what, rather than confusing customers like we are moving from clients and a place to cloud and some delays are happening, rather than doing this, it is better to rebuild the whole application from the scratch. So, that is what is done. So, engineers can rebuild the whole application from the scratch. It may be easier to start again because, as I said, if already existing application is moved, we have to see the trials and we have to do the testing and we have to check whether the applications are working properly on cloud or not. Sometimes application may fail. So, that may create confusion to the customers. So, to avoid that, whenever you are moving from client place to cloud, it is always better to develop or fully application from the scratch. So, for this many of the R&D decisions will be different now and with some of the more. See, that is the reason. See, as we are moving from cloud, the resources which are available on the premises will be different from the resources which are available on the cloud. So, resources on the cloud will be faster, will be efficient and will be up to date. So, the reason is, that is the reason a decision should be taken what application, how the application should be built based on the virtualization. Sophisticated development environments, one can achieve more with a small focused working team. So, that is what. So, if you are having a focused team and you are developing from scratch, it becomes easier to develop an application completely from the scratch on the cloud rather than moving the existing application. So, this is what is the second strategy. Third one is separate company. So, one may want to create a whole new company with separate brand management, R&D and sales. So, the better way is what company can do is it can create its own subsidiary branch or its own branch and say that applications from this branch are going to be cloud, are going to be on cloud. So, it becomes easier. So, the investment and internet protocol may come from the existing company, but many of the conflicts disappear once a newborn in the cloud company is established. That is what. So, we move to cloud with the new name. If some problems also comes, then we can manage. So, because the company has created a subsidiary company which is good to do this. The separate company may even be a subsidiary of the existing company. That is what. What is important is that the new company can act, operate and behave like a cloud startup, and they can say that this is our startup which we have done on the cloud. If some problems are faced, that can be managed easily and properly. That is the reason it is always to go with this approach, that we are starting a separate company and these applications which are available with the previous company are moved to that company. If any problems comes, we can manage easily. This is the third approach. Next, fourth and final approach, which is by an existing cloud vendor. Means what, already some cloud and some vendor is working on the cloud and he has got the same application which is available on the cloud which this company wants to run. So directly they can take from there. So for a large established vendor, buying a cloud based competitor achieves two things. So because of this, we will have the advantage of two things. One advantage is, firstly, it removes a competitor from whom we are buying this. He will be nobody in the market to be a competitor with you. So competitor will be gone. Second thing is, it enables the vendor to hit the ground running in the cloud space. Already that application is on the cloud and it was experimented and all the things were working properly. So he need not worry. So everything will be working properly without any problems. The risk of course is that the innovation, drive and operational approach of the cloud based company are destroyed as it is merged into the larger acquirer. That is what. See, as the risks whichever we a new company, a new application which is moved to the cloud will be more. But already some company is running that application and you are taking that a company, and the application which is there on the cloud of that company you can usually use without any risk. So that is the advantage if you are moving with this approach. So these are the four approaches which are used for migrating to cloud. Thank you.